Maria. All right, we sound good.
4 in 10 companies posted fake job listings this year, and 3 in 10 companies have fake job listings currently up. So most of these fake jobs were for entry-level roles and mid-level roles. And these jobs aren't being posted on some shady website somewhere. They're being posted and sprinkled in with the real ones on ZipRecruiter, on LinkedIn, on Indeed, on Glassdoor, and literally on the company website. And the worst part is, candidates are actually being interviewed for fake jobs.
Buckle up. I thought I heard it all. Not only do we have fake jobs, or ghost jobs, whatever you want to call them, I really don't care. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable at night. But now they're getting interviewed for said fake job. Now that's... I thought I heard it all. Anyways, we're going to get down to brass tacks here. Okay, so I typed in on Google. I said, how many fake job listings are there? I'm curious. I want a more reliable source, something other than these shady sites. So we got Forbes here. Okay, you could trust them. Duh. I trust any of them with my wife. So 36% of jobs are apparently fake, according to Forbes. Let's get the cliff notes here, okay? This was a big article, but we're just going to get down to the good stuff here. Now, the first one, this was awesome. If you're applying for jobs endlessly, but with little success, the good news is there's a high chance it's not your fault. That's refreshing. Okay, so shockingly, 81% of recruiters post ghost job adverts. A ghost job advert is one that is fake because the employer is either scoping for talent for a talent pool and the potential interest for the future. All right, it gets better. Hold on, let's skim this up. Why is this happening? Why? Lord, I want to know. So, Big Daddy Forbes goes, why employers post ghost jobs? Companies post fake job listings to make it appear the company is open to external talent. Okay, that's fancy. 67% to act like the company is growing. Typical. 66% to make employees believe their workload would be alleviated by new workers. Okay, that's comforting to know. 63% to have employees feel replaceable. I like that. Make me sleep better at night. 62% to collect resumes and keep them on file for a later date. Yeah, I'm going to call bullshit on that last one. Maybe not, though. No, probably. All right, so a lot of you guys already know about these ghost jobs from previous videos. A lot of comments are like, they're called ghost jobs. It's make it to look like the companies are experiencing major growth. Ghost jobs, ghost jobs, ghost jobs. Okay, so we're really going to talk deep.
Here's why.
And if you're new here, we're going to have a good time. Okay, we just might learn something. Lord knows I'm not going to get hired dressed like this. Anyways, Legion of Men. This was actually a really good one. I like this guy's YouTube channel.
Ghost jobs are on the rise.
Ghost jobs are actually not scams. They're from real companies, but they are openings that don't actually exist. That company is not actually hiring for that role at this moment in time.
That's the scam. That's a scam.
They might.
He goes, that's a scam. Apparently, the job market's a scam, and people actually think jobs themselves are scams. We'll get there. We'll be scamming, scheming. Now, this is really good stuff here. This is where the world. This is what it's come down to.
Might be interested in hiring for that role in the future, or maybe they were hiring for it, but due to budget cuts, those roles were closed or put on hold.
A ghost job is essentially a job that remains open online and never gets filled. The occurrence of ghost jobs has increased quite dramatically over the past 5 years. We're seeing a decline in the rate of hires to job postings, and that rate has basically halved over the past 5 years. So whereas in 2019, we saw 8 hires per 10 job postings, we are now seeing 4 hires per 10 job postings, which of course is quite a dramatic drop. This is a pretty worrying development because it just softens the signal of what a job posting really means and whether there is truly a hiring intention behind that from the employer point of view.
I think we're seeing a lot of
This is the best right here.
ghost jobs lately for the same reason that I think a lot of people keep their Tinder profiles up, even if they're not actively looking for a relationship. It's because we like to keep our options open for, you know, whether it's a good or a bad thing.
the job market is equivalent to Tinder now. No, that's it's tremendous. You guys do the math on that one. But it is getting to the point where, like, it's to get a job, it's like an art in itself. And back to the fake job interviews, I was like, there's literally people out here giving you tips and tricks on how to avoid fake job interviews. And I started thinking to myself, I'm like, have I ever been on a fake job interview? I think I might have.
You ever hear of a fake interview? A fake interview is an interview that employers schedule to waste your time. And that's because they already know who they're going to hire for the position that you're actually interviewing for. And they do this because, according to policy, they have to demonstrate that they have interviewed several people for one position before they insert someone. You're not sure if you attended a fake interview? Well, I'm going to give you 3 signs.
Of course.
It's really hard as a job seeker to spot a ghost job. There are some signs. If you look at a job and you see that it's been open for over a month, sometimes it might say it's been open for many months. Some of the job boards will give an indication of how many people have applied for a job. And so if you see that a job has been open for 90 days and 10,000 people have applied, putting your application in, you're 10,001, you're a number, it's probably a ghost job.
So my first
This is what it's come down to. Fake job interviews. And we have what sounds like college educated people trying to tell you how to spot fake job listings. And other people trying to tell you how to avoid fake job interviews. This is where it's at. High schools are going to have to do, right after home ec, they're going to have to do fake jobs 101. And there's going to be algebra equations associated with how to spot fake job listings on the internet and how to not waste your time. Honestly, I wish that class existed when I was in school. That would have been my favorite class. With Mr. Schneider. Anyways, this lady claims that it's the reason you're not getting interviews. It could be fake.
Resume is not the problem. And while we're at it, job searching isn't a numbers game.
She goes on to say that you need to apply on the website, contact 2 people from that company, make a portfolio, then a video, and then send all of that to the hiring manager. I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Entry level and associate level jobs should not require this. Why has applying for jobs become a profession in its own right in a mere 5 years?
He's got a point, man. He's got a point. I had so many comments from you guys saying you've been applying for jobs for months and months and months and months and months. And that dude's not tripping. It's become an art. Honestly, I've rarely been hired. I don't know if I've ever had a fake job interview. Probably. Maybe. I mean, I've interviewed people when I worked at places, and I knew they weren't getting hired, but we just take the interview for shits and giggles. So maybe that's been me too. I'm guilty. I've done it. Just for fun, entertainment. No, I had a boss who was like, go interview them, but we're not hiring them. I was like, okay. So now that seems to be happening on a mass scale. This dude goes, ghost jobs should be illegal. That was a big one too. A lot of people said that. I'm sure companies are under some sort of law by the government. I don't think it is. If I'm an employer, who's to tell me that I can't always have a now hiring sign up? You see it all over the place. I don't need to tell you. They're everywhere. They're always up. Everywhere I walk in, now hiring. They're not hiring. And people wonder why Gen Z doesn't want to work. This chick goes on, does a whole rant about it. But why? Why would you even want to go through that process? What, to pay your bills? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm just joking. But it's not just Gen Z. Oh, no. It's older people, too. Okay? I'm in my mid-30s. I don't want to work a job. I've never wanted to work a job. Doesn't mean I don't want to work. Anyways, jobs are the biggest scam in America. Let's listen to this dude.
Biggest scam in America is a job, because somebody convinced you that spending 8 hours a day in a factory or in an office with a bunch of strangers who don't even like you that much with some type of freedom or liberation or was going to give you economic security. It doesn't give you any of that.
It gets better. If you thought that was really great, this one's even better.
Honestly, just quit your job. Like, what's the point? Why are you working there? You hate it. They hate you. Just quit. Sometimes the best plan is no plan. Sometimes unemployment is what you need to have that big leap.
Okay. I hate jobs as much as the next person, but I definitely don't advise you just quit your job. Unless you're like all your bills are paid, you're chilling, you got no bills, or you've got your shit's covered. But this is the kind of shit that's out here, and I get it. I do get it. I think jobs are a scam, in a sense. Kind of, I guess. Maybe not. But this is where it's at. This is how confusing life is. And before we go into the nobody hiring, this guy reached out to me on Instagram. I actually like this channel. I like this video. He had some really good takes. Younger cat. But before you do quit your job, after everything we've seen here, whether jobs are scams or not, or these fake jobs, or these fake job interviews, this is the conversations we're having nowadays. This is awesome. This is great. Just remember everything we've watched and how hard it is to actually get a job. So with that being said, let's hear this guy out. This guy's got excellent points. This guy, deep thinker. This cat goes deep. Wow, wow, wow. Anyways,
years of experience in fields that are high level fields. They're not able to get hired right now. It's not just the new grads. It's people that have been in the workforce for years and are trying to switch positions, switch jobs. They're having trouble. And since they're having trouble, guess what? New grads, people that are in the workforce, new workforce, high school graduates that's not going to college looking for a job, we're fucked. People are even struggling to get hired at fast food joints. People are struggling to get hired at Target, Starbucks. Nobody's hiring right now. Already working for whatever job.
just stay with them.
It's going to be real difficult for you to get in, bro. Right? Let me break it down to you. Let's say that you trying to get on at some company. Understand that they're not just going to look at your resume and be like, wow, this person is so talented. They're going to look at your resume. HR is going to look at your resume and be like, well, actually, I take that back. HR ain't even looking at your resume. People aren't looking at your resume for real no more. It's AI. AI is looking at your resume. And if you ain't got the right words and you ain't got them in the right order, you're done. You can have 10, 20 years of experience. And that's what's happening. Look it up right now. People with 10 years, 20 years of experience. And of course,
You know what's really confusing? He keeps going. He nails it. AI runs. It does, even what I'm doing right now. If I mess up a typo, a clerical error in these videos, I do one little hiccup. It's a trippy thing, dude. Like, I know you guys watch this and you guys help. Thank you for being here. But, like, I'm not saying poor me. I'm saying I have to rely. I have to work the system too, just to get to you to click on this video. Yeah, but that's on a mass scale. And then I have to think about the fact, hold on, I'm going somewhere. Then I have to think about the fact, like, is this job going to be practical a decade from now? I'm already thinking to myself, okay, I have to make a shit ton of money, and then I have to start another business or have money in here, over here. Think about what he just said. People with 10, 20 years of experience in the same field. What if that field isn't even a thing anymore? They got to pivot. Then how easy is it to pivot the older you get? People don't want to hire 57-year-olds. Most people, 65-year-olds. It's just something to think about, man. Anyways, it keeps going. But something I think about it. I try not to worry about it. I try not to trip out. But it is something I think about regularly.
of course, it just sounds easy to you. Second of all, ain't no more pensions. we gonna have to work until we damn near 70, 80. Third of all, most important part, when boomers and Gen Xers, when the 40s, 50s, 60s and ups was young, when our age, a college degree meant so much more. And not only that, think about it like this. To get a job, they didn't go online, and like maybe there was a little bit of that. I don't know. But mainly they walked into a building and said, I need to work here. They put their application in physically. So they were only competing with maximum like 100 something people. Probably more like 50 something people. But guess what? On these job sites, when you put your application in, dude, you're competing with thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people. And the thing is, our parents' generation, real people looked at their applications and qualified them that way. We don't even get our applications looked at by a real person unless it gets past the AI first. So God forbid that you don't know exactly the keywords to put.
Back to the fake job interview lady. He's not wrong. He is not tripping out. That's where it's at right now. That's where it's at. Not to mention, Lord knows how many jobs are going to be gone because of AI. Not that anybody wants them anyways. You know, it's a good thing the younger generation doesn't want to do these jobs. I don't know the answer. I guess more and more people are just going to start their own businesses. It's just troubling shit, man. And that lady, by the way, her tips and tricks they weren't that great, so I cut them out. It's just kind of funny to me that's the big conversation now. That's kind of where it's at, is how to. Who would have thought how to get a job was that difficult? That's where it's at. And it's funny because you wonder why, like that kid, he reached out to me and he was like, hey, can you cover my video? He's smart. That's his version of getting a lead, because he knows that he has to do something outside the box to make money. And then you can go watch his video. I'll leave it down below. But he has a job on top of that because he wants health benefits. And that's why a lot of people want a real job. I mean, when you do something like what I'm doing here, okay, it's like in every other job, except for I don't have any benefits. Pensions are way out the window. 401k, good luck with that. You know, we have to make our own pensions now. And how do you do that when you don't make enough money? Or you can't even get a job? I'm not bitching about it. I'm just sitting here saying I'm as concerned as the next guy or girl. And I don't like it. Anyways, you guys leave your thoughts. I'm just going to do what I can. And if I have to pivot down the road, I'll pivot. But right now, I don't see the internet really going anywhere. So it's hopefully safe to say that there will be internet money to be made. There's plenty of real life money to be made out there. Okay, I've thought about it. I was racking my head around it. Junk removal. You know what I mean? Tree trimming. That's all I got, really. Junk removal and tree trimming. Okay, those are my big ideas. But that's like something practical I could do. All right, reselling shit online, which is still online. I don't know. Starting your own business isn't fucking easy, but you guys leave your thoughts. Any funny stories of like fake job interviews you've been on? I'd love to hear it. Oh, God. Solid talk. Check out my second channel or don't. No, this was a good one. This was good. Good talk.